A damp and misty day greeted competitors at Warminstow for the Reg Paull Trophy Trial, the final round of the 2024 Association of South Western Motor Clubs Car Trials Championship. Alistair Stevenson in his Liège was the only taker in Class 6 for cars not eligible in the regular classes. As usual, the rear-wheel drive class was the province of sports cars, with Adam Smith and Donald Doyle sharing the driving duties in the former's Reliance Scimitar. At the completion of the morning runs, just a single point separated the duo, with Smith then doubling his advantage during the 2 afternoon runs. Despite such a narrow margin splitting the duo, the result sheet showed just how close the competition was, with Ben Jocelyn splitting the pair with a total of 50 penalty points. Jocelyn joined recently crowned BTRDA Car Trials champion Mark Hoppe in his Dutton Melos, which had been substituted for his normal mount, the Suzuki Alto. Overall victory was no doubt on Hoppe's mind, but even with the total of just 7 penalty points at the close of play, his index of performance percentage was not going to better that of the eventual Vent winner. Simon Harris took his Volkswagen Golf GTI up against the Citroën Saxo of Mike Dorr and Mark Dunkley, plus the Renault Clio of Charlie Dovey and Jess Baker. With Harris and Dovey matching scores until the 4th section, when Dovey, a former Woolbridge champion, took a single point from Harris, only for the Golfman to do likewise on the following section, to level the scores again. The last test of the first round, however, was the undoing of Harris when he scored an 8 against a single point loss of his adversary. This proved to be decisive, with Dovey eventually winning the class by 10 points. Having finished the 2 morning runs in 3rd place, some 5 marks in arrears of Harris, Mark Dunkley closed the gap during the 12 afternoon tests to finish with an identical score of 61 and 15 up on co-driver Dorr. With Charlie Dovey moving ahead of Simon Harris at the conclusion of the first run, observers wondered if he could be in contention for the overall win. But at the end of play, when the scorecards were totalled and the index of performance calculated, it was to be a 4th place overall and a class win for the young charger. The diesel-engined Ford Fiesta of David and Alistair Moss was amongst the 2-wheel drive Class 1 contingent, with David shipping 5 points to his son by the end of the first run and a further 8 prior to the lunch halt. The afternoon saw David claw his way back to finish 7 down on Alistair, who claimed the Young Driver Award. Gary Morris and Trevor Moffat went head-to-head in Class 1 with their Vauxhall Corsas, a 1389cc version for the former, whilst Moffat had 1598 to play with. Moffat took a single point off of Morris in the first round, a performance he replicated in the second stanza. The 3rd and 4th rounds saw Moffat and his Silver Machine extend the gap, but not without having to work hard on occasions. A class win and 4th place overall was his reward. British champion Tim Dovey was in complete command of Class 1 at the wheel of his 2-litre Renault Clio Sport. The agricultural contractor from South Dorset dropped 5 marks during the first run, and likewise on the second tour. Following amendments to the tests, the afternoon session yielded more penalties, taking his grand total to 25, a comfortable 38 ahead of the Corsa driven by Moffat. And with the best index of performance percentage, Dovey took the Reg Paull Trophy.